Hello and welcome back everybody, we are already in game number 2 of the Dota League season number 3, Immunity Dota versus Mineski in a 2-game series. Immunity, they did take game number 1 with a rather strong pushing lineup and just snowballed completely out of control. Mineski unable to hold on and defend their own base. But it's game 2, just a completely different matter as every game of Dota is. But we are of course HeflaTV, I am Coucher and joined once again by Mito.
Hey, what's up, guys? In the first game, we saw a very dominant performance coming out of Immunity, and I think that was a very, very short break for Mineski to really reflect on what went wrong. But I do expect Mineski to be pulling themselves together and showing an extremely strong performance this game.
Yeah, but in game 2, do you think we'll see any kind of different bans or Mineski, are they gonna try to target the pushing style? I mean, they definitely have to ban out Like and don't they? Immunity, of course, on the dire side, having a first pick as well. Although, recently, I have seen a lot of games where the Lycan has been overlooked, but no, Mineski not gonna take that chance.
I think one of the things about the new Mineski, is that they haven't really found their stride as a team. I think they're still experimenting with the kind of lineups and the kind of things that really works for them. Whereas the Immunity guys, like, because the Australian Dota community is much smaller than the C scene. So like those guys generally all fairly familiar with each other to begin with. So I guess for them it's much easier to come up something that they will all agree upon. But hopefully Mineski, they will really look into, hey, what actually suits us, what actually works, and figure out a winning formula for themselves. Well, like I like both teams to say the least, and it's a little heartbreaking having to like watch one team beat the other.
Well, it's unfortunately this series in theory can end up as a draw since it is only a 2-game series instead of a best of 3 or something. But unfortunately, one single game cannot end up in a draw. Maybe it would be funny if like teams have played like 80 minutes. They're like, screw it, guys. Let's just agree that we both win. Oh, how sick would that be? It's like it's a draw, guys. GG.
That's actually a good thing about best of twos and a bad thing at the same time, because in most cases you do want to see a winner, but in JDL, at least during the group stage, it can potentially be a draw. And draw, if you're a fan of at least one of the teams here, it's not something that you want to see. You want to see the team that you're supporting actually win, a convincing
But
2-0.
for example, if they are 1-0 behind and they draw up the series, then it's like, oh, they didn't lose. Hell yeah. But
But
okay, other things aside, in the draft now, bans are pretty much the same as the last time around almost. The Doombringer was banned now straight up, and Immunity, they're the ones going for Razor, so they want to show Mineski how it's done.
yeah, like we've talked about many times before, the team on the Radiant side generally focuses on more farming-oriented heroes because they can make better use of the mid lane, better pulls, just getting like the stacks going. Whereas the Dire side, generally there's a heavy shift of focus onto the Roshan. But at least that's how it was for TI4, and seems like there's always a heavy preference when it comes to choosing sides for teams who want to pick up the Dire team, because Roshan, having the Aegis, having 2 lives, is really a game changer at some certain significant points. Like just now, Immunity, if they didn't have the Aegis, sure, they would probably still end up winning, but it could have been a lot harder.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you can do to try to stop things as Mineski, Faceless Void Ancient Apparition combination to come out, it is deadly to say the least. But Immunity, will they draft something that can just save people from the Chronosphere, for example, like a Shadow Demon, maybe a Vengeful Spirit to swap them out?
That's definitely true. Vengeful Spirit has become somewhat popular ever since Faces Void became popular. But as of late, what I've noticed in Southeast Asian Dota, especially teams like Titan, when they pick up the Faceless Void, they no longer like to combine it with a Scarif Mage. The Ancient Apparition seems to be the go-to hero to pair up with the Faceless Void. And in this case, we've noticed that, hey, the Death Prophet has already been banned out, so that's already one of the good counters out of the equation. Still a little interesting to always see Razor up against Faceless Void. These two heroes, at times, it just feels like they can really counter each other.
Yeah, Razor is pretty damn good. Just the static link activated on Faceless Void, he either just tries to still do the damage fast enough before too much damage gets stolen from him, or he has to run around in the Chronosphere and just not do any damage at all at the same time. And even the Eye of the Storm, it still just goes through the Chronosphere at the same time. So Razor, once he has his Aghanims, maybe even Aghanim's Refresher Orb, Faceless Void has to be so extremely careful of actually closing in on the Razor, even if the Chronosphere is out.
Oh man, are we gonna be looking at the biggest taunt in the series? What if Immunity picks up the exact same lineup Mineski had the previous game? How would you feel if you were on the side of Mineski shall that happen?
That would be so sick, to be honest. I have never seen such a thing. Yes, there have been like 3 hero similarities or something, but oh man, that would be so funny to behold, to be honest. And Mineski would be like, oh crap.
Would you view it as an insult though?
I
Or
think
as
so. I
respect?
would. It's like a glove into the face, like a direct challenge.
Oh man, yeah, it's like you're gonna play this lineup, but we're gonna show you how to play it properly, you know, how to play like a pro. Oh, please let that happen.
But at the moment, you mean immunity, having Erasure and the Shadow Shaman, their lanes definitely aren't set yet. And if they really wanted to, they could go for a pushing style again. Razor, once he gets his Aghanim Scepter, helps out pretty nicely as well. Shadow Shaman, of course, with the Mass Serpent wards. I wouldn't mind at all some form of just minus armor. The Vengeful Spirit could still be a viable option for them, just help out with the early erosions. And if you're on
Well,
the
there's
dire side, you just want your lineup to be able to rosh rather early and efficiently.
they still have plenty of options. They can go for a Tidehunter, they can go for a Bristleback, they can go for I don't know. There are just so many possibilities right now. It's too early to tell. But Mineski, it seems like they want to go for a Skywrath Mage, maybe because they ban out the Pugna.
Yeah, it might be. Maybe they're just a little bit afraid of the overall push to come out from immunity if they get some more pushing heroes. I mean, Nature Prophet definitely is one option still for immunity is offlaner if they really want to go for it. And a Skyrim Mage definitely isn't out of the question. Just Ancient Seal into Ice Blast and Mystic Flare into Chronosphere. It makes sense. The only downsides that I would have with the Ancient Abrasion Skyrim Mage duo or Roaming duo, Support duo, however you want to call them, is that there just are no stuns. Yes, the Cold Feet is there, but Concussive Shot is nowhere enough to just have the Cold Feet proc.
Yep, and I love what Mineski is doing because they pick up the Faceless Void and Ancient Apparition. I mean, these two heroes together, I think they only have a 40% win rate. But that's largely due to the fact that, hey, whenever teams play against the Faceless Void, they like to go for a push-heavy oriented lineup and just end the game before any farm was given to the Faceless Void. And not sure if that's what Immunity is thinking right now, but we do have a Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, it can be so. I mean, of course, it's almost impossible to tell what the team is thinking. Maybe if you see already 3 picks coming out, you can predict some things, some synergies. Like, for example, a Skyrim Mage would make absolute sense, especially since Immunity banned out a Earthshaker. I guess Sand King is still also an option for Mineski if they want to go for it, but it's a puck so far. It can be still played offlane, leaving the Faceless Void safe lane, for example, and pick up another mid laner if they want. But puck mid lane, if it's up against the Razor, should do fairly well, I think.
Wow, indeed, Puck. Oh, it's also been quite a while since I've seen Puck. Actually, that's not true. I saw it maybe 2 days ago, once again, in the Gigabyte Mushi Challenge. Seems like all the games I remember are from that phase. But man, this is right now Mineski, their lineup. They have decent amount of AOE. They have the crowd control. They have the team fight. But yeah, that's exactly what I was afraid of. You look at heroes like Faceless Void and Puck, and it's like, man, they're so prone to getting hexed up. They're so prone to silences, and if they're not careful, that could easily mean the downfall of a fragile hero like Puck. I mean, if he's silenced up, he can't phase shift. He can't use his illusory orb, and this might be a big problem for Mineski. At the same time, they also don't have any pushing, or well, they have mediocre counter pushing right now.
Yeah, I mean, Skyrim Mage was a really good pick for immunity at the moment. They don't have the most setup yet for it, to be honest. I mean, Shackles, yes, but Shadow Shaman, how often can he Shackle, at least if it's in a team fight? Hex can be there, of course, an instant one, but like you already mentioned, Puck just... He comes in, he kind of has to silence the Shadow Shaman or get the champ on him, otherwise might face the Hex, like you mentioned. Faceless Void, pretty much the same issue as well. I have seen a couple of Faceless Voids actually up against Disruptors in the past couple of days. They come in, suddenly just Static Storm under their feet and can't do anything and die. So, Mineski, they're gonna be have to be just extremely spot on with their initiations.
Oh, it's the margin of error is quite low for this lineup so far. It feels like they just can't afford to make mistakes. Oh man, one of my favorite supports of all time, the Witch Doctor. And there are so many beautiful setups for this Witch Doctor as well. We're looking at Puck with the Dream Coil, we're looking at Faceless Void with the Chronosphere. Man, if this works out, oh man. Just
Yeah,
want to watch the ping pong balls go and then like let the Witch Doctor just rip immunity apart.
I really like the Witch Doctor pickup here just because of the Death Ward. It's physical damage, so they're not focusing only on the magic damage going into the Chronosphere, because otherwise, Faceless Void, for example, yes, he can time walk in, but the time walk should actually buy enough time for a player with fast reactions to just pop his BKB by that time, and suddenly they might not even be able to kill them in the Chronosphere with Death Ward. Coming in with the physical damage, it can make a difference there. But immunity, they pick up a Nyx Assassin, and that hero is ridiculously good against Witch Doctor, to be honest. Just activate Spike Carapace and suddenly there's no Death Ward anymore.
Not only that, like I mean, it's great against the Witch Doctor by all means, but at the same time, look at what Puck's gonna end up being doing. Like as soon as you go in, if the Spike Carapace comes up fast enough from the Nyx Assassin, Puck might just get stunned up before he even pops the Dream Coil or anything. Man, like I'm loving the Nyx Assassin pick, but I am somewhat afraid because immunity they are playing with much higher delay, and if you can't land the Impale as a Nyx Assassin, it's gonna be very rough to play
How are
this
they
hero.
gonna lane this even? Is it gonna be Nyx Assassin mid lane here, or are they running the Skywrath mid, or how do they go
I
about
mean,
this?
well, Nyx Assassin, it can be a support, it can be a mid, it can be an off lane. Skarath Mage, same story, could potentially be a mid solo, and could be a support. But looking at it, I'm gonna put my money on the Nyx Assassin mid solo up against the Puck, because that's just a favorable matchup.
Oh man, it could be pretty nice. The Mana Burn is such a sick ability against any intelligence hero, really. And once you level it up, it's so spammable on top of it. Man, I just really like Nyx Assassin overall. That hero can make great plays happen just everywhere, more or less. But looking at the last bans now, Centaur was taken out by Immunity, whereas Viper was the ban by Mineski themselves. So what's Mineski's last hero gonna be? They could still go for something like an Invoker, send Puck offlane, Faceless Void, farm up safe lane, just get a crap ton of damage to input into the Chronosphere. Or, I mean, Gyrocopter as a safe lane carry might not be too bad either. Or, I mean, I don't even know what they can go for here.
Oh man, I would much prefer to see something tanky, something that would be so easily killed off, picked off by the Knicks. I'm hoping for something. Man, there's so much that you're hoping for right now. A hero that's tanky, a hero that can push, a hero that can defend, a hero that's not affected by Razor. I mean, Lycan sounds like the perfect candidate, but he's already banned out in the first pick. So far, I like Immunity's lineup by a significant margin, but I am disappointed. Where was the replicate lineup? Where was the mirror lineup from the previous game?
Man, they let us down. Oh, an Omni Knight pickup. Mineski. That's gonna be their sustain. The repel is just gonna do wonders for them. And so far, Immunity, I guess Nyx Assassin can build into a Diffusal Blade at some point, or so can the Razor, although Razor definitely wants to get other items as a priority over that. So this Omni Knight, it's actually a pretty nice pick, to be honest, but depends on how they lane this.
Huh. I'm a little baffled by the Omni Knight, but Witch Doctor plus Omni Knight, that's a lot of healing and a lot of sustain. So all they need to look for is a couple of Arcane Boots, and they can be in a team fight for a very long time.
Well, Immunity, their last pick will be the Mirana to come out here. So we're either gonna see a mid lane Nyx Assassin or mid lane Skywrath Mage, or actually, never mind, mid lane Mirana. Slicks picks it up.
Oh man, oh man. So
I have to say, I am not a fan of mid lane Miranas in general.
me neither, but that's what they're gonna go for. There's a lot of skill shot coming out from Immunity. The Nyx Assassin as well as the Mirana, their skills aren't the easiest to land, and especially with those like high, fast-moving heroes such as Puck and Faceless Void. I mean, some of the worries was the Silence and maybe the Hex, but you do have Omni Knight, and if the Omni Knight support is fast enough, backs up the core heroes on time, then that shouldn't be a big problem.
Man, just the combo of Faceless Void, Chronosphere, running next to somebody, and suddenly Purification from the Omni Knight. 360 pure damage to come out from that. It's just more than most heroes can handle, and the immunity side, they definitely aren't the tankiest by any means. Just on any hero. Razor, yes, he builds himself the mech, either a BKB or Aghanims to follow up. But, man, I actually, Mineski, this last pick, it made me like their lineup just so much more all of a sudden.
Huh, so far, give me a second. I don't know why, but every time it seems like when I join a new game, the audio in-game seems to be going haywire, so I'm gonna quickly reconnect once again.
Okay, I just go over the lineup of Mineski in the meantime. As for them, on the safe lane, tri lane, Jishiwash will be playing the support Witch Doctor, having Play Hard to play the Ancient Apparition, with Choben up on the Faceless Void, with Chaco up on the mid lane. Puck has 2 shared Tango, started with an Alt Talisman even as well, just to be able to last it a little bit more efficiently early on. And the last one for them will be 9-5-5-9-3 up on the Omni Knight, man. NMA, I guess it has to be, unless they just change the player. And I guess since you're still reconnecting, or how far are you in?
Well, I'm in the lobby right now, so it's gonna take a little bit longer than this.
I'm just gonna go over immunity as well then. Screw you, man. You're not gonna be able to pronounce that name. As on the Razor, Balls will be playing that for immunity. Shatan up on the Shadow Shaman, Risk to play the Skyrift Mage, with Slicks in the mid lane role on a Mirana, and Godot, the last one, up on the offlane Nyx Assassin. Actually even has 1 sentry for himself. So, if he times it correctly, or just he can get some vision away from Mineski. I'm not too sure if he's expecting a lane war to come out, or whatever the case may be. He has a sentry just in case nonetheless. Maybe he wants to use a sentry to block off the pull camp. It's just a little bit more efficient.
Alright, I'm back in. So how are the lanes looking so far? Let's take a look. It's Godot's offlane Nyx Assassin up against the trial lane from Mineski. See, this is one of the reasons why Nyx Assassin has been ran offlane, because he has a sick base regen. I mean, look at it. I mean, just eating a tangle, and boom, his HP is right back to full.
Man, look at the mid lane already. Chaco is pretty damn low on health, as is Slicks. I guess an arrow must have been involved this early on.
I don't know how they're trading blow for blow like this. This is crazy. It seems like Slick's mid solo is extremely stellar. I mean, this doesn't seem like a great matchup for Mirana by any means, but he's doing well.
Yeah, it's so far so good, let's put it like that at the moment. As long as he can dodge arrows, he should be fine. And now, since his level 2 has the phase shift, he should definitely be able to dodge the arrows pretty damn nicely. Unless there's a setup stun of any sort. But bottom lane, Godot already took some harassment, but he has plenty of tangos. I mean, he had 7 tangos of his own, or 8 rather, and plus even some of them shared. But JC with Play Hard, they're just relentless on putting on the pressure.
Oh man. Yep, so Nyx Assassin, he gets zoned out, and looking at mid, they are continuously trading blows. What is up with these two guys? It's like a fight to the death or something, but they're just not quite getting there. It seems like they're both biding their time, looking for the perfect opportunity to go for a solo kill. Man, a contestation of individual skills.
Yeah, I think it's probably easier for Chaco to just try to get a kill. Illusion through some damage done once again. No waning rift though at the moment. Once he's level 4, actually still, the man fight continues. Puck's damage is a little bit higher than that of Slicks. Will dodge Jaro, but Risk is gonna come in. Arcane Bolts. No silence, nice phase shift out of it as well. Actually, Illusion or one more right click check. Oh, he gets the first blood. He can't really chaunt and he's gonna go down now. He was completely caught, man. If he had chaunted to the other way, the tower still probably would have brought him down. So at the very least, Risk. Actually, wow, he hits level 3 because of this kill here.
Oh man, but then at the same time, that was a pretty big loss for Slicks. Well, that was a solo kill from Puck. So Puck, we're looking at level 4.5.
But there's a lot of action. Oh, that damage! The double damage still active on Skyrift. Jacko wanted to go in, but Slicks actually gonna get silenced up now. Don't tell me he's gonna get arrowed here as well. He has to dodge it, and actually no arrow even to come out. But Slicks, one ball charge even got cancelled by the last right click. He's gonna go for the illusion orb. Does he really want to set it up, Risk? Oh, he could have maybe just kept running the last right clicks. Waning Rift as well. He dodges the arrow with a nice phase shift. Should be safe. No leap on Slicks. But they're gonna keep going. What? Jacko, illusion orb. It's off target, unfortunate for them. But the right click's gonna come in, Play Hard, helps out. Just this action mid lane. What? Tri lane mid. Shatan comes in as well. Shapeshift. Not shapeshift to the phase shift. Not enough in the end. A few more right clicks. Nope. Godot comes in with a nice impale onto two heroes. The heal, will it be enough? Voodoo Restoration for the win. Play hard, tries to body block. Slow, actually on to play hard. This action just... I think Ancient Depression is gonna go down. She survives though. Oh, nope. Don't go back in. What? Why? No, run. He's gonna get impaled up. Gonna go down as well. He should have just kept running.
Wow, what is this game we're witnessing? That was plenty of trades at mid.
Quad lane mid, man. Quad lane.
That felt like CIS Dota at its best, and it's just constant action. And well, it's great for the viewers, but who actually came out on top of that trade? It seems to favor Mineski a little bit more, despite like the slightest.
Oh man, I think Immunity probably came out ahead since they got the 2 kills by the end of it. If only Checo had landed, the Illusion of 1-6 gotten that kill faster, maybe would have made the difference, but... And he was playing on the edge as it was. He was pretty low in health when he went in. Yes, his mana was full, but... I mean, you really need health if you want to dive towers. Phase shift only gets you just that far. So 5 to 3 in the end, 4 minutes in, man.
Shatan, level 4 support in 4 minutes. Coming in with a haste soon. That's gonna be... where's the Hex? Where's the Hex? Oh no! He came in too late and he was under the tower! He's getting Dream called up! Oh man, just one right click and... an awkward play from Shatan.
Well, it had the potential to just be wonderful. Such an easy kill onto the puck, but puck. He had really nice reactions, just popping the Waning Rift before the Hex or anything came out. I think the Shadow Shaman maybe ran a little bit too close as well with the Illusory Orb. Just jointing it through, getting the Dream Coil as well, stopping the Hex from coming out for quite a long time. And by the time the Hex was there, Slicks just didn't have a proper angle to go for an arrow anymore. Oh man, just sick plays coming out as Joven finishes a 5-minute Hand of Midas in the meantime.
Oh man, so at least the Faceless Void is having a good time. And they go on to Godot. Godot, when is he gonna pop the Spike Carapace? They're all getting stunned up, but they're continuing the chase. Godot is very, very low. Is he gonna happen? 7 HP! 10 HP, he's regenerating fast, but gets away safely. Oh, I was expecting a chase to happen, but play hard!
The turns! The turns!
Non-stop action.
Oh, at top lane as well. Enemy might be in trouble. He has to repel, but the damage is being stolen. Razor is gonna just chase him down. One more right click will get the kill. Oh wow.
Oh man.
5 to 7. We're 4 to 7. I mean, we're not even 6 minutes in yet.
Yeah, and something that I've been trying to say for quite a long time. Mid lane, just now earlier, oh well, Jeko was having a great time. He was already level 7 when Slicks barely hit level 5. But that still seems to be the case so far. I mean, Slicks, basically he always dies to Jackal before Jackal ends up dying. So this trade, even though immunity supports are getting a lot fatter, but the mid solo Slicks, he's starting to struggle because of the level differences.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think it's a trade they were to make. Shatan, he got an invis, we're not kidding me. This time around, Yarrow, is it gonna come out? Is it, what was it on cooldown? In the end, doesn't matter since Risk comes in with the silence. But, man, Risk, he's almost level 6. Shatan just hit level 6 from this. I actually think Shadow Shaman and Skyriff Mage being level 6, it definitely makes up for Slicks being a little bit lower than Puck is.
Yeah, plus these two supports, they're high value supports, you know. Those level 6 actually mean a significant difference. And the next thing that Immunity has to look forward to is this Nyx Assassin hitting level 6. And when that does happen, well, there might just be a lot more blood all over the map. But I do expect Mineski to at least have, say, a sentry at mid and a sentry down at bottom, protecting the cores.
Oh man. If now only Godot would hit level 6 and Nyx Assassin, that would just be the cherry on top for Immunity. By that time, Skyriff Mage is about to hit level 6 as well. And actually, they might get level 6 together because they're hunting for a kill. And if they get Chauvin, they'll definitely get level 6, even a little bit above that. So, man, this is some sick stuff coming out from both teams. Immunity, of course, having once again the early game lead. But Soldering is finished now on Omni Knight. And they are kind of tri-laning Klopp, but Balls, he's aware of this. He's staying so far back.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's just great map awareness from Joven, noticing, hey, all the supports are missing, and he could be in potential trouble if he's not careful. There's so many things that can control him. There's a Hex, and then there's always the Silence, and then Nyx Assassin's follow-up is always going to be great. He's got to be real careful.
Yeah, he's actually Master Pit Wars are down as well, but Joven, he has the Chrono Switch issue-wise. Doesn't have the Death Ward, of course, but Paralyzing Cask might already be enough to just disrupt what Immunity is trying to do, at least with one extra TP in. For example, Puck, if he came in, actually wanted to go mid lane, but Leap went out. And Godot. The tower's so low, they're finally gonna go in a TP. There's well Chronosphere only onto one. And they actually get slowed down as well. Now Shatan gets the Hex onto the Witch Doctor. They do kill off the Nyx Assassin with the Purification extra damage. And will farm up the Mass Serpent Force, but tower, it's so low. And do they really want to keep on going? I guess they do. Wither Shock comes through Risk. Man, he's level 6, he has the Mystic Flare, but the slows, will they be enough? They need some kind of disable.
Wow, everyone's starting to rotate bottom. The Mirana is coming in from behind. And there's an arrow. Is it going to connect onto anyone? Nope. But Jesse Vash, he's getting shackled up. He might be in trouble. But the Guardian Angel coming up from 5593 is going to save him. And Shatan, he gets dropped. And Slicks as well. Man, everyone was there on time. Jackal came in at the very precise moment to save two of his teammates.
Yeah, and the arrow actually did land up on the Witch Doctor. Just at the same time as the Shackle was used on him. So it was double disabled kind of. But Mineski just... The TP is to turn it around. Puck, he's level 9 now, by now as well. The Dream Quest has such a great ability this early on. And Mirana Slicks just not having the greatest game by any means. He's 0, 3, and 4. Actually, the stun on to Checo. Plasma Field as well. Silenced up. Can he escape? Can he run away? Purification. Well, he's healthy as a horse all of a sudden now. Joven gets some damage stolen by Balls. But Balls doesn't really want to go in too deep. His After Storm is activated, but... Well... I guess everybody is running away from them. Shatan gonna get the Hex onto somebody. Nope, enemy gets the TP out. Checo is gonna be fast enough. So immunity, it's suddenly 7 to 8 when it used to be 4 to 8.
Oh, indeed, and very fast retreat from Mineski. And they get away unscathed in the end of the fight. So that's one of the downside of heroes like Razor. If you're up against very mobile heroes, it just feels very lackluster. You're trying to chase down the opponent, and then suddenly there's something like a blink, a time walk, illusory orb, and they're far away from you. Is there ever going to be a day where we see Blink Dagger Razor? I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. I know I'm going to get flamed for this.
I saw it this week.
Oh, are you serious? What game is that?
Oh, I can't remember. It was... I mean, I remember the Razor. He had Aghanim Scepter before that finished as well, but he went for the Blink, and with that, he actually... They were on the dire side, but Radiant was doing Roshan. Razor blinked in and snatched the Aegis.
Oh my goodness!
And he didn't even lose his life because of it. It was some pretty sick stuff coming out.
Oh man, that is absolutely absurd. Man, I would love to see that game. If you could give me the replay ID afterwards or something. Or maybe we can just witness it live in this game. Shall the Razor ever decide to go for the Blink Dagger? Which is highly unnecessary in this game. What they need right now is for the Razor to get a fast mech.
Moonlight Shadow, Checo, he spots him out, Risk, he actually reveals himself, gets the silence onto Checo, he can't illusion about, Hex onto enemy as well, he needs to get the repel, anything, nope, the shackles come out, the silence is there from Checo, but no, I mean, he's gonna go down, Death Ward channel, but he's gonna go down so fast after it. A 2-4-0 exchange in Mineski this time around, they were the ones overextending under the enemy tower.
Oh man, suddenly, hey, immunity, they're doing pretty good once again, and this Razor, where is his mech? If he's going for a mech, now would be a great time to have it because his supports, they're so high leveled, they can start the push right away. I mean, when you have such a high level Shadow Shaman as well as Skarath Mage, you will really wish that your Razor has the mech because these are two fragile supports with a lot of great bursts, a lot of great skill sets, and a mech just ensures that they will last a lot longer in team fights. And now we have another team fight. So Jackal comes in, and what's it? Joven, he drops the Chronosphere, he gets 2. And is anything gonna happen? Balls, he's dropping very, very low. Oh man, this might just mean like his mech will get even delayed, even further. And Balls, he's trying to run, but Joven's too fast with that time walk. Oh my god, the heal drops Shatan completely. It Slicks trying to leap out. Will Golda be able to save anyone? He turns on the spike, Carapace goes for a impale in return. Oh my god. There's too much going on.
Slicks time walk, it's not close enough. Oh man, Slicks is just a little bit faster. Mana burn, I heard it from Godot onto NMA. So in the end, I guess it was a 2-for-1 exchange. The Puck did die in the end. But Slicks, man, how lucky was he? But Godot might not be declared the Paralyzing Casks. He uses the Spike Carapace, going to get slowed down. Actually, Purification that we're waiting for. 2 TPs coming in and NMA repel. Can you actually outrun this? The physical damage might be enough. Balls. We'll have the static link as well, just in case. So repel will end soon and he's going to go down. Plasma Field, Impale. So a 2-for-2 in the end, and Mineski just stood around for a little while too long.
Oh man, earlier I bet Joven wished that his Hand of Midas could have been used on the Mirana. Like, you would have wished the Mirana was a creep right then and there. It's like, my Hand of Midas is off cooldown, please!
Oh man, that would be so sick. Just you can use Hand of Midas either to devour a creep and get 190 gold, get some XP, or like do 100 damage. I don't know, man. Like,
Oh
If
man.
used on a neutral, you will devour it and get golden XP. If on a hero, do 100 damage. How OP would that item be, man?
I would love to see it happen. And now that we're 13 minutes, finally we get some peace in this action-packed game. Time to look at the goal graph once again. And not much of a difference. It's barely in favor of Mineski. And in terms of XP, it's slightly bit more. It's around 2,000 in favor of Mineski.
To be honest,
But
the gold lead being in Mineski's favors, although they are 2 towers behind as well as 3 kills behind, it's actually pretty impressive.
they're racking up them last hits. That's what's happening. But who do you favor going to the mid game? Like, we're looking so much aggression from both sides.
To be honest, I would have to say immunity. Just because, I mean, Nyx Assassin, Impale into Mystic Flare, you can just blow up anybody. Unless, of course, Omnia Knight is there with a really clutch repel. So if the Omnia Knight's positioning is just spot on, and if he's not the one getting initiated upon, they should be able to just keep anybody alive who immunity goes on. And if their initiation flops, I mean, if they use the Mystic Flare as well as the Vendetta to just try to kill off one hero and don't even succeed with that, then in Mineski they can definitely turn around the fight. But immunity, their lineup just... They should be able to get kills on the map left and right, unless Mineski do exactly what they do and just group up as a 5-man unit.
Oh man, to be quite frank, I am a little bit surprised, but at the same time I'm glad that the Razor is not going for the mech, because at this point it might just be a little bit too late. Instead, the BKB might just ensure his damage output during a team fight, because he's not going to drop to any skills. Like, what can potentially kill him fast enough? Maybe the Witch Doctor's ward, and that's about it. I think the next crucial couple of items for immunity has to be the Blink Dagger on Shatan, the Blink Dagger on Godot, and potentially the BKB from Balls.
But just look at this Chaco, repelled up, just going for the tower at the moment. The repel is just such a great tool. It is level 3 by now as well. I actually really like that NMA went for at least 1 point into the Degen Aura early on. Just such a great ability to be able to chase people down, and especially the Razor, who is usually pretty damn fast with the unstable current. But Degen Aura just counters that almost perfectly.
Yeah, indeed. There are plenty of great spells. And Godot, what is he doing? Oh man.
Impale misses. Oh my god, the repel is there as well. Death Ward coming out. Paralyzing Cask. They just blow up 2 balls. Still under the effects of the Dream Coil. Ice Blast, will it be enough? The Chronosphere onto 2 heroes. Shatan, Slicks, they can't do anything at all. Arrow on cooldown balls. One more right click. They're actually leaving him for the time being. But now Hex up onto Chova. And Mystic Flare as well. Shackles the Guardian Angel a little bit too late. Doesn't help against the burst damage of the Mystic Flare. So in the end, a 2-for-1. Arrow will land into Chaco as well. The Purification, Ether Shock, will it be enough? Mass Serpent Ward's Repel comes out. No, he goes down to the right clicks in the end, and now Slicks, he wants to go for more. Paralyzing Cast though, just stopping any aggression.
Oh man, just now 5593, he changed his spell wrong. If he used a repel earlier on, what is it, the Faceless Void, he wouldn't have died. Because the Mystic Flare was dropped, and that's all magical damage.
Oh,
the Guardian
enemy,
Angel wouldn't
he
have
needs an
helped.
arrow, Starstorm as well, he's tanking up the Creeper, Purification, it's not there in time, Ether Shock and the Mana Burn. Wow.
Man, both teams are just not letting go, and the Puck, oh man, he's lucky he survived that long in the team fight. Because just then, he was really close to Blink Dagger. Should he have died first, that would just set him back a little bit more. He had around 1900 gold accumulated, so that really made a big difference, just staying alive long enough to actually have the money for the Blink.
By the way, play hard, Ancient Apparition, Hand of Midas.
Oh my goodness. Are we witnessing this once again? The support catch-up Hand of Midas. Well, I guess it's somewhat justifiable, since this game does seem like it's gonna be dragging on for quite some time, and we all know Hand of Midas pays for itself in 18 minutes. So we're looking at 18 minutes later, so that's gonna be what? 35 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, just getting the Aghanim Scepter plus. Only an Aghanim Scepter actually might not even be enough on Ancient Apparition, since you do need the levels. You need at least a level 2 Frost Blast. So, I don't mind the Hand of Midas at all. Even if you don't go for the Aghanims, you can still just easily get wards. Like, every 100 seconds, you have money for 1 set of wards. So, I think it's a pretty decent enough pickup as Omni Knight. He's the one going for mech for them, actually, NMA. He's about 600 gold away. Definitely not going to be a fast mech, but considering that immunity... Or actually, are they going to go for one? Razor, he's going to build it after all. He has the headrest and the recipe for the buckler in his stash.
Man,
Oh, but-
oh man, Joven! He goes in, and that's the Ice Blast. It's gonna connect them too. And Jacko, he jumps in, but he quickly gets Spike Carapace up. But the Witch Doctor, he drops the Death Ward, and it does so much damage. My goodness. Jacko, is he gonna fight anyone else? It seems like he has to bail now because there's a Moonlight Shadow, and they don't have any detection. But right here, Shatan, he has a Blink Dagger already, and he hexes up the puck. And man, that was some good team play. I can't believe Mineski actually got. They're so close to getting team wiped. I mean, only the Omni Knight survives.
Yeah, mate. I think they went a little bit too deep there. Omni Knight just didn't have what it takes to follow up fast enough with his purifications and repels. Guardian Angel completely unused there in that fight as well. I mean, just look at how low the tier 1 tower is. They could have just gone for a tower or for a fight under this tower. And of course, once they went in, Shatan was there with a Blink Hex almost immediately up onto the Placing Void, so there was no damage follow-up. Ice Blast was decent enough into the Chrono, but you just need a little bit more by this point in time. And Puck, of course, he came in. I do believe he either got impaled. I think the impale actually missed, or at least it sure looked like it. But he still got silenced or stunned up by the Spike Carapace of the Nyx Assassin, so just initiation, it felt a little bit too forced by them.
Ah, indeed. I'm actually so confused by this Razor. He still wants to go for the mech. And this mech is going to come out later than 20 minutes into the game. And the effect is going to be completely neglected by the Ancient Apparition ultimate, which shouldn't be too hard to land because they have so many great initiations. What do you think is going through his mind right now? Maybe he needs a little bit more tankability. He just wants a little bit more raw HP than EHP.
To be honest, man, the mech wouldn't have been bad. You're up against an Ancient Apparition, so I mean the BKB straight out. I don't know if I said mech or not, but anyway, BKB would be nice for balls. But mech, I mean, I love the item overall, but if it's gonna come past a certain point anyway and you're up against an Ancient Apparition, will it have the desired effect by that time? Especially since I do believe that Mineski, they would want to catch the Razor in the Chronosphere every time if they just can't do anything about it. But oh, Blink! They get the risk, just even Dream Coil spent for that one right click. Actually, Purification a little bit too late, maybe Hex up onto Checo, Repel comes out, but Omni Knight, he eats an arrow. Joven, oh man, once again, they double man Chrono into the Ice Blast. They will get 2 kills, can they get more though? That's the occasion, Death Ward comes through. Balls, he has to run away even though the Static Link was there. 3 for 1, buyback as well, and Checo, he comes in. Blink, Waning Rift, Illusion Orb, he gets hexed under the tower though. Shackles, do they have the Mass Serpent Wars as well? Joven comes back in, under the tower, gonna get shackled up. Nice stop with the Paralyzing Cask actually bouncing through them. They don't have vision though. So, Checo, he goes down. But it was a 3 for 2 in the end with a buyback on Shadow Shaman, unless Slicks can get some more.
Oh man, I just need to take a quick... Oh, are we done yet? Are we done? Slick still wants to chase, and the chase is on. He wants to go for play hard. Is he going to be able to do this? Oh man, we have an arrow ready at his disposal. He is still chasing Jesse Vash, and the arrow flies, and it misses Jesse Vash, and they're going to turn around. Man, they're trading blow for blow, and the Ancient Apparition ultimate misses because Slick leaps, and he's going to be able to kill Jesse Vash. They're not quite done yet. They still want play hard. Play hard getting slowed down and eats the Mystic Flare, but the mech comes in from the Omni Knight. And they turn around. Slicks is in a lot of trouble, but play hard. He might drop first. Oh man, sick plays from Slicks. He is on a roll. But
yeah, and look
something
at
I
him
want to
around as
mention.
well. He has a Blade of Alacrity. I highly doubt that it's going to be a Yasha at this point in time. He's just going to go for the Diffusal Blade.
It just has to be. There's no other way to get rid of the repel. I mean, there's something else. I don't know if you noticed, but down at the fight at the tier 2 here, Razor, he could have saved his teammate. He had 15 magic charges, but he didn't use it because he had no mana for the mech, or he could have chest switched. Either way, just the EHP boost coming off the mech might have worked in their favor by quite a bit.
Yeah, maybe we went into a just bit of a panic mode at the moment. So Mineski, I guess in the end the fight was rather even considering both the Ancient Apparition and the Witch Doctor died as well. So it ended up being a 4 for 4. Shadow Shaman did buy back, but he had his Blink Dagger from before already. And with this now, Godot, he has his own Blink Dagger. He is level 11 on the Nyx Assassin, level 2 Vendetta available. Shaltan has level 2 Mass Serpent Wards. So looking at the graphs again, it is actually a 3,500 gold lead for Mineski, almost 4k. But XP, it is 2,000 in favor of immunity.
Man, we have a very even game so far.
Dream Coil onto the illusion!
Dear God. Oh man,
Oh, and there's
baited,
so much
but...
Chrono only onto one. Are you kidding me? Godot, he gets the Impale. Can they get some more kills? The Mystic Flare was used on Cheshivash, no Death Ward to follow up at all. And now suddenly, Hex up and Mass Serpent was shackled. That was just horribly forced. You can't go for solo Chrono at this point, you just can't.
Oh man, and they really want the puck as well. And Shatan, he blinks in, but he moves too slow, 340 movement speed. I don't know if you noticed. It seems to be Immunity's playstyle. They love to bait. They love to sit behind their players. Every time you go at them, then suddenly you realize, hey, everyone's right behind. The TPs are coming in fast. I mean, it's been working out for them.
Yeah, it's actually, oh, Ice Blast lands onto 3 balls. He has to escape. This game is just so tight at the moment, so even.
Indeed. I mean, looking at the kills, Immunity are definitely leading, but I think that's a little bit misleading at times looking at the kill score because you got to look at the development on both sides. I mean, this is the part of the reason why it's becoming a stalemate is because both sides they have so much initiation potential. Anyone who's free farming on the lane has to be scared that like at a moment's notice you could be surrounded by 3 or 4 people.
Yeah, it's just so hard at the moment for actually either side to do too much. Just both teams have the initiation power. I mean, there's Blink on Puck, of course. Time Walk can be used by Joven, whereas there's double Blink coming out from Immunity as well with the just lockdown to follow up. Oh man,
And believe it or
Diffusal
not,
Blade is finished now on Slicks as well.
oh that's a beautiful item to
But
have.
it's,
Gonna come.
still in his stash though. He won't have it for this fight if the fight will break out right now.
And funny enough, the top tier 1 tower still stands for Immunity. I mean, I was not expecting to see that at 24 minutes and a half into the game. And same goes for the mid tower for Mineski. Oh, Puck. Jackal, he's in there. Goldart knows it. And what happens? Jackal. Oh, he barely escapes.
But okay, they're now denying the tower. I guess they wanted to make sure that there's no sneak initiations coming out from Mineski or something. So tower denied. Definitely good for Immunity at the moment, just mitigating the gold income for Mineski. Now Moonlight Shadow, they're going for the sneaky, just back off and come back in again, just reinitiate. Although they're gonna be have to running past the sentry ward if they want to go in. Or was it purely defensive at the moment?
Defensive?
I mean, the Moonlight Shadow, I mean, I thought they're just gonna back off, use Moonlight Shadow and go back in, but
Oh, they're probably afraid that's exactly what Mineski wants to do. Yeah, I could definitely see the potential there. I have no idea. But Godot, he's scouting. And he's gonna find Jackal. Oh, that's an impale, and it lands on Jackal. Mystic Flare ensues. Wow, Jackal gets blown up to pieces. Even though he had the Yules. I mean, just not enough time to react, I suppose.
yeah, really nicely done, just starting with the Impale, not going way too greedy, and almost was able to get another Impale to stop a TP out, but anyway, he has the Repel, but Slicks, do you have your Diffusal Blade? Yes, you do, bye-bye, no TP out, Impale to stop it. Omni Knight, he felt so sure about his ability to just escape with that Repel, but nope, Diffusal Blade finished.
Man, that is absolutely crazy. Like, the power of the Diffuser Blade. Omni Knight, sadly for Mineski, was picked up before the Mirana pick, and that might be just the reason as to why Immunity wanted that Mirana for the just so that you have a diffusal carrier.
Might
You know?
very well be indeed, and if it was so, it was actually pretty smart enough pickup to be honest. Plus Moonlight Shadow is never a bad thing really. So far, yes, the Mirana hasn't done too much, or at least didn't too early on, but he's picking up his pace for sure. Especially the plays that he had in the last big fight, that's just chasing down the 2 supports there.
Yeah, but one thing we can't forget though, sure, Mirana, he's picking up pace, but at the same time, Mineski, they are running double Midas. So should the game keep on dragging, there's going to be more and more items. I feel like Immunity, they need to put on some more pressure. Or even take a Roshan, because they are on the dire side. They do have the heroes, they do have the skill sets that's catered to taking the Roshan very fast.
Well, to be honest, it is a little bit surprising that no Roshan has happened quite yet, but Mineski, they've been pretty damn aggressive and Godot. Man, do you think that Mineski should just try to invest into a gem, or would it have too high of a chance for them just losing the gem almost straight out?
Well, we gotta look at who can actually potentially carry the gem. The best bet has to be the Puck. He has the most escape skill set in the items right now. If anything, he gets hexed up. Even the hero of the most escapability can just get dropped in an instant. Like we saw, if he gets hexed up, followed by a Mystic Flare, boom, there's your Puck. He's dead. And then you have the Faceless Void. He only has one way of entering a fight, and that's gonna be Time Walk. But if he doesn't get the proper Chronosphere, that could mean his end as well. I think the best way is for him to get the BKB first and then buy out the gem. But they definitely do need it at some point. Otherwise, there's no way they can deal with the Nyx Assassin as well as the Moonlight Shadow.
Well, it would be a nice pickup. They might have to just go for the risk for it. And actually, Aghanim Scepter finished on Ancient Apparition play hard. He just gets it. Actually, at the same time as Razor does, pretty much. But level 2 Frostblast with Aghanim Scepter, 17-second duration. Oh man, it can be so devastating.
Well, Razor clearly doesn't want a BKB just yet. The Aghanim Scepter, though, is going to help their push even more. And this might just be the moment they're looking for. Godot, he sees 3. Oh my god, the silence. But Jacko still instantly gets dropped. And now they're going to go on who? The Chronosphere, he finds 3. Where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-up? There's not enough damage. Oh my goodness, Joven, he gets stunned up. He's in a lot of trouble. He's looking for, I don't know who, because they don't have any detection.
Oh, actually, finally Sentry goes down. Ballsy's there though with the Aghanim Scepter Eye of the Storm, still going strong. And then, I mean, he backs himself into a corner. Can he TP out in time? The physical damage, no division. Balls, he needed just like 1 to 2 extra seconds of just proper vision there to be able to finish the kill. Not to come, but in the end, they 2 for 1. And to be honest, it started well for Immunity, being able to kill off Chaco. Yes, Chaco got off his silence before. But no Dream Coil was used. Ice Blast, I think it hit at least 3 heroes. And 17-second duration, that's definitely just making some of the difference. But what? He went down in the end.
Man, just now I think Godot was a little bit too greedy. He went for the Scout, but then when he turned around for the Impale, he wanted to... it was at the same moment that the puck used the silence. And I don't know, that could have been a lot better had he gotten his skill off first.
By the way, Slicks, I mean not Slicks, Play Hard, he got 1.1k gold from the kill on Slicks, who just died to the Frostbite pretty much.
Oh my goodness,
But
this Ancient Apparition.
Joven, he goes in, he has the magic immunity as well already, balls. He drops low, but will it be enough? The 3-man Impale, are you kidding me, Godot? He's gonna go for it, but Joven, he has his BKB activated now, he needs a few more time locks, he gets them as well, they get the kill. Ice Blast of course helps out a little bit with the damage now. Dream Coil used onto Godot, who well, just invis, doesn't care.
Oh my goodness, Jacko almost get popped. Very quick reaction, 5593. And now, are they going to turn around and go down? No, they're going to go on Shatan first. Shatan instantly drops, but in the back, Jesse Vash is dropping low as well. Oh man, the chase is on. Actually, it's off again. It was going to be a Super Zero.
Coming out from the Omni Knight has been pretty damn crucial at the moment. I mean, yes, Slicks has the Diffusal Blade, but when he's not in the fight, the Repel just does so much work for them. And 22 to 29 now. This fight, this little skirmish, however you want to call it, Mineski definitely came out ahead, although they're still 7 kills behind. But the graphs, 3k gold lead for Mineski, XP, actually it used to be 10,000 for Immunity, now it's only down to like 4,000 or so, maybe we'll update a little bit more even. So, this game is just so hard to tell who is actually winning. If there's going to be a huge Chronosphere with an Ice Blast to follow up, I mean, Immunity, they don't have any BKBs. If you get hit by an Ice Blast, the mech really won't help either. And that just kind of might be their downfall in the end. But late game, who do you actually favor here?
Oh man. Dude, I have my fingers crossed. I want to see Omni Knight with Aghanim Scepter plus Refresh Orb, and same goes with the Ancient Apparition. Man, that would be instant eyegasm. Well, at the same time, on the other side, I want to see multiple Aghanim Scepter plus Refresh Orb as well. Like the Razor plus Shadow Shaman. I mean, it's going to be terrifying on both sides. I just want to see everybody have those items, you know. Get the Aghanim upgrade, and please get the Refresher Orb. I mean, it would be one of the sickest fights in the history of Dota.
Yeah, I mean, I did see an Omni Knight with Aghanim's Refresher this week. I do believe I'm not too sure if they won in the end. I mean, if you have that many items, you would think that they'll win, but I think actually they lost it by the end of it. It might have even been the same game with a Razor Blink Dagger. I mean, it's just too hard to tell, just too many games being casted and...
Man, are you casting like some drunk Dota? Because you're seeing Blink Dagger Razor and Aghanim Refresher Omni Knight. That is crazy, my friend.
That is crazy indeed. But oh, Joven, he goes in the Chronosphere up onto 2 heroes, Slicks. He can't do anything at the balls. He's gonna go down almost immediately. Ice Blast to fly as well. There's the Mystic Flare used, but Godot, he just can't do enough Guardian Agent. They're healthy, but are they? Chaco, he's gonna get the Diffusal Bladed up first through, but he's a 3 for 1 so far. Risk, he pops the Dream Coil, he goes down because of it. So 4 for 1, Chaco, man. He's happy to take that trade.
Yeah, and funny enough, all of the heroes that I talked about who might just be carrying the gem ends up being wrong. It's gonna be Playhard, who's gonna be always safe in the back, just throwing out those ice blasts, throwing out those ice vortexes, and chilling touch, empowering his team from behind. And now it seems like Mineski, they're ready to go high ground, and this is actually something they sorely lack, which is the pushing power to take towers. But it's not so bad since they almost got an entire team wipe off of immunity, so this is at least a tier 3 to say the least.
Yeah, it should be, although they don't have actually too much pushing power coming out at the moment. Faces Void. Actually, he went for an Aghanim Scepter now as well, so 60-second cooldown up on the Chronosphere, 1 extra second of duration as well, which is actually pretty huge, 6-second disable.
What? Look at this! What is this doing? The courier!
It brought out the Aghanims, but don't die, man! Peek, little peek, don't die, run! Run for your life! Haste is used, everybody else is just TPing out Godot. Oh man, the blink. A little bit off target, so couldn't quite get it.
And Joven barely gets out as well. The Impale barely misses from Godot. Split second too late.
But Slicks has 4.4k gold in the bank now on the Mirana. What's the next item choice for her? Does he have to go for a BKB or... I mean, he definitely wouldn't want to go for it. It's actually Diffusal Blade. As far as damage output goes, as far as your carry potential goes, it's not the best item pickup by any means.
Oh man. The Diffusal Blade? You know, this is a complaint I always have. You know, it's like after you finish the upgrade to Diffusal Blade, you finish all the charges, you should be able to just buy the recipe and it should replenish. Because it's such a good thing to have, you know, and just having to buy the entire Diffusal Blade again. Wait, actually, has it been patched to the fact where you can actually buy the Diffusal recipe? No, right? That has not happened. Please tell me that didn't happen.
I have not seen such a patch change at least.
Oh, good. Otherwise, I'll be so ashamed. You know, it's like, oh, the castle doesn't know anything.
It might be. We might still get to that point. But at the moment, Mineski looks like they are definitely the ones on the aggressive now. And with an Aghanim Scepter Faceless Void, you usually would want to be. And Aghanim Scepter, of course, on the Ice Blast, which is level 3 by now. But look at the immunity. They've smoked up. They want to be the ones just surprising immunity for a change. And this courier, oh man, it's getting another Aghanim Scepter. It's the... Whew! He's gonna get it. NMA on that Omni Knight will have his Aghanim Scepter now, or will he? Yes, he will. Whew. But the courier?
Oh, they're good.
Bait? Do they know they're there, or what? He wants the TP that bad, I guess.
What's the ultimate mindfuck? Well, there's a Hex. Shaitan, that's very quick reaction, but Mineski, Joven comes in with the Chronosphere. He catches 3. And oh my god, the Death Ward doing so much damage. And right now, Joven, he's getting purged up, but the purge was used too early. And the Guardian Angel comes in. This might just be the turnaround. Balls, he's standing in the mix, but he eats the Voodoo. Well, not the Voodoo, but the Maledict. Wow, that's another 4 for 0. Once again, Mineski have tied the scoreboard. Now it's 30-30.
The jump, it was pretty decent from Mineski just getting the Omni Knight. I actually thought that Omni Knight might go down immediately, but sure, and he came in with a clutch Chronosphere. All that was used was Hex and the Mass Serpent Wards, but those by themselves definitely aren't enough to bring down an Omni Knight with 1.8k HP plus a mech on top of that. And not only that, I think Balls actually wasn't caught initially in it. Jacko, does he want to jump in? Ice Blast to fly onto Slicks? He leaps actually, he still gets... Oh, never mind, he doesn't get hit even. But I'm pretty sure that Balls actually ran into the Chronosphere and wasn't just caught in it. Jacko, actually the physical damage Slicks, can he get the kill or will... No, help comes in soon enough. So, tier 3 down, Brax probably to follow, although immunity, they are pretty healthy at the moment. Blink Hex once again onto enemy, they impale onto 2 heroes. The phase shift came, but another Chronosphere, 60-second cooldown risk, probably going down immediately. Shaitan actually gets the shackles onto Jacko, but in the end it won't matter, as it's a 3-for-0 exchange once again.
Well, Slicks is not quite done. He wants to put on the harassment, stopping Mineski from taking the tower. And now he has the Manta style, and the Razor's here as well. Will they be able to keep anyone left? Well, 5593, he's getting slowed down, but he gets 4 staff out of trouble. And the Dream Coil is dropped, so everyone from Mineski retreats out safely. Man, you know.
This game towards Mineski, they are so far ahead at this point in time. They just have so many items, and this Faceless Void, he's even gonna have a Daedalus finished if that's what the Demon Age is gonna be turned into, I guess. It might as well be a Monkey King bar if he wants to go for that, but either one just getting a ton of damage for himself. Already has the attack speed, of course, from the Maelstrom power threads, as well as the Mask of Madness.
Please, fingers crossed. You know what we want to see. Come on, you know what the viewers want to see. No! That is not the thing we want to see, Joven! No!
Yeah, It would have
No!
been a pretty throwy item to pick up, to be honest.
I am massively disappointed in Joven.
What?
I am.
What is Jesse doing there? He doesn't even have wards. Where are you running, Witch
Seemed
Doctor?
like a boss.
Where?
He just wants to drop his death ward and watch it bounce.
By the way, is this? No, it's gonna be the second Roche, right? Mineski, they got one
Yes.
by. No, it's the
It's
first.
the second Roshan.
What wasn't the first one in
Wait,
the
what?
first game?
Oh yeah, you're right. Whoa, there's no Roshes. Alright, so this is the first
Ice
attempt
Blast
on
is flying. Slicks might be in trouble. Nope, Joven actually didn't want to go in with a Chronosphere, but it is a sneaky Roche. Pings are coming out. Is he gonna be fast enough? Illusion Rope. He scout things out. He's gonna go in as well. Balls is so low on health already. Dream Coil up onto 3 enemy heroes. Now Joven comes in. 2-man Chronosphere. I think this is gonna be GG. None of them have buyback. And this Roche was just a little bit too slow.
Oh, I'm laughing because this is so reminiscent of the previous game where we saw a similar Roshan sneak, and it was the same. It was like 3 people. It's always like 3 people in the Roche pit trying to sneak it, and the other team always catches them on time.
Holy crap, man. This Mineski, they were struggling quite hard at some point during this game, but they just had faith in their combination as a team, just their abilities, and they made it work.
Oh man, what a sick game! So much action, but too bad. There were plenty of things I was looking forward to seeing had this gone maybe 80 minutes. But oh well.
Yeah, guys, so this is gonna wrap up this series. It ends up in a 1-1, a draw. It was a 2-game series, so nobody wins. Everybody just goes away as friends, but we're gonna have at least one more 2-game series coming out straight away. It's gonna be First Departure versus Immunity, so we're gonna hop into that lobby almost immediately after this game here. But guys, thank you so much for watching and supporting not only HeflaTV but also Join Dota League. If you want to support it further, please do purchase actually a ticket on Dota TV as well for those players to actually have some money to aim towards with their plays. But of course, if you want to follow HeflaTV, you can do so on this channel as well as HeflaTV1 and HeflaMoke. And all our social media is going to be HeflaTV. You can find the necessary links below the stream as well. And of course, thanks to Mito for casting with me, and see you in the next game, guys.